America, we are out of time. I represent 2/3 of the Texas-Mexico border, and we are no newcomers to this crisis. I have never seen the crisis this bad. Over 2,200 people entered in this sector yesterday illegally. In El Paso, over 2,000 entered illegally. We are out of time. It is now time for us to act, and we have to stop waiting on President Biden to solve this problem, because all he does is make it worse.
All right, the border blame game, as you heard there, has been escalating today in Eagle Pass, Texas.
Oh, hey, you're back.
Wow. Back. I got a day off. Well, I got the weekend off. I actually got calls to go shoot on Sunday, come back here, which would have been one day off. And I was like, no thanks. That was for a different media company. So I declined because I needed a little recovery time. And today, I got my son with me, although he lasted about an hour out here. He's cooling down in the van. Oh good, he's not using the AC, he's getting acclimated. All right. I was just explaining to Beck, he was asking who all the other media is out here. We've got Spectrum News, Spectrum Cable. I guess I'm Cable News as well. This is the Fox crew, same as last week. And they've got three photographers, one doing live shots, one shooting B-roll, both feeding live, and a third with a drone package, also with a live three live views. And they've got one, maybe two producers plus a correspondent. And not that I'm complaining, but I'm doing a live bump shot right here, these migrants, and then I'm shooting B-roll on my iPhone and the big camera, and I end up doing a little bit of drone when I have the opportunity. And I don't have a producer or a correspondent, but I'm grateful for the work, and they pay my rate, so all is well. Just to add to my previous comment, I'm not complaining per se. I mean, this has just been the inevitable march of the media business. It happened to photographers, it happened to recording studios, it happened to printing companies. I used to have a client I shot videos for that they were the printer of the Thomas Guide. If you remember that, before there were GPS maps, you had a giant phone book size map of the greater Los Angeles and the Bay Area. And that was all printed on big roller web presses, like how newspapers were printed. And I slowly watched them evolve into digital press, and then they went to, and in parallel to that, I was shooting consumer and prosumer grade photo printers for desktop that cost like a couple of $100s, and within a decade that printing business ceased to exist from the behemoth they were. Three massive buildings, three different locations in Southern California. So at any rate, clearly that's happening here in the media business, which is why you go from, oh yeah, and Fox, I think they have a sound mixer too. The other networks certainly did when I was here earlier this week. Yeah, I mean, as the cameras get lighter, smarter, autofocus, auto exposure, auto, longer run times, it's just the march of technology. I have to do more to remain competitive. And I say yes. I had a client tell me that, like, phone rings. Sometimes I need, like, give me 5 minutes. I just got to make a phone call to see if I can go or not. But I'll say yes, and I'll if I'm free, I'll go right away. So, like, today I got the text at 2200 last night. Can you jump in the car and get down there tomorrow around lunchtime? And I said, yeah. I said, give me 5 minutes. I had to check my airline tickets. And I was okay. So yeah, it's gonna be a late night. I'll sleep on the plane on the way to Vegas tomorrow. We just watched about 500 walk across the river. They're sitting over here in 3 sections. Some of them have been bussed away. I don't know if you can tell, backlight issues. And then my camera's up, covering that live. I think that's a Fox crew next to it. Beck's cooling down in the truck, as am I. There's the train bridge, and the flag is, can't really see it, I'm a little too low, but it's behind that white SUV.
Anyone else? Everybody good? One more time. One more time. One more time. They might be talking like this loud. We need to raise their voice. They have something to say. So, you might check 2, 3, 4, 5. Thanks a lot. 5,000 people almost. I don't see so the border is absolutely overwhelmed right now. And orders are. Kamala Harris should come down here. Has she been down here? Has she seen this? I know she did a photo op in El Paso not too long ago, or it's been a while. Come down here and see what's going on down here. This is crazy. 233,000 people in the month of August. 11,000 people just yesterday. This is insane. These people are coming up here. They're trying to transit through this concertina wire. And you know, right now we have a situation where the Biden administration has literally tied the hands of the Border Patrol. They've boxed them in. So Border Patrol is coming out here and they're cutting the concertina wire to let
New York City and California, a sanctuary state. New York City and every sanctuary city is one of the key root causes of this migrant crisis.
In El Paso, over 2,000 entered illegally. We are out of time. It is now time for us to act, and we have to stop waiting.
All right, Beck, we are clear in 8 minutes. Why don't you take the 4 dead bricks in the cab, put those on a quad charger, and leave the quad charger in the cab so we can plug it in when we get home. And then when you're done with that, hopefully it'll be time to wrap the camera. I'll get the camera in the LiveU and you get the sticks and sandbag. And then we're gonna go take a shower at the gym and then go home. Because it's pretty ripe in that cab right now between the two of us. And what did it peak out at today, 112? Not the best bandwidth today. I've been averaging right around 2.5, 2.6. Where last week I was getting like 3.6 to 3.2. And where is it? Interfaces. Yeah, I've only got 3 out of 4 cell sites. Oh yeah, look at that. 5G T-Mobile is just sucking. So it's really this AT&T and whatever the no name is. So I'm only getting 3 out of 4 modems that are on this unit. And then I was just talking to the drone guys behind me. They're running the same LiveU, and they're also got their 5G hotspot tethered on Wi-Fi. And he said they're able to get around 3,200 kilobits at the moment. And I'm talking through my last minute here. I don't really have a shot, but I can stay up till the end of the hour. And we're at 55, 56, 57, 58, 9, and clear. Hey, Bex. Back. Let's go. Waiting on you. Seasoned advice for you if you're flying out of a regional airport that has departures and arrivals upper and lower. in the morning while everyone's flying out, no one's flying in. So don't get dropped off in the traffic jam that is departures. Make your way down to arrivals. And in this case, at, I don't know what it was, 5, 6 in the morning, I was the only vehicle down there. Took my time unloading, no stress, no hassle. Rode up the escalator to ticketing and dropped off my case. Back in Las Vegas. I think this is my second job here this year, but it may be the first. I don't know. The years are blurring together. And as things go, I'm missing an opportunity down in Eagle Pass. Elon's touring the border. And if I were not here, I'd be there with that opportunity. But that's all right. This is an annual show. Love doing this. I'm the senior guy in my little department, which ironically this year means I think I have the most physically demanding camera job. But that's all right. I'll take it. So I only have some of the gear. Some more's coming in with Nick. He's driving in from California right now. Normally my travel day, I travel in the morning and I have to shoot in the evening. And I didn't find out till I landed that I don't have to shoot today. So that's cool. Just getting everything plugged in, patched, and charged. I'm going to run an FX3 on a gimbal as my primary camera. Then I have a 7D Mark I and a 5D Mark IV. These are my older still bodies, but these will both be running on tripods on time lapse with like a 1 to 5 second shutter for motion blur. And I've got screw-on NDs to be able to do that. 7D, I have an external intervalometer. 5D has an internal intervalometer. This will be my wide time lapse with the 11 to 16, 24 to 70, full frame 5D, crop sensor 7, and 24 to 70 on the gimbal rig. Shooting, probably only going to shoot HD this year. I got to check. We've historically always shot HD 1080, but 24, 23.98, maybe different this year. And then for these little cameras, all the batteries have been sitting for quite a while. I haven't even cracked open the FX3 case since I got back from my last airline job, which is, I think it's been 6 weeks. And so anyway, topping off FX3 batteries. I got some LPE6s for the Canons topping off. However, I'm planning to power the time-lapse cameras with these dummy battery to D-taps. And I've got 2 gold mounts for power. I'm going to hang this battery plate on the tripod of the 5D and then the 7D. I'll put the battery in this belt bag, which will be hanging off its respective tripod. Nick has my tripods. They're not here yet. I've got a Rode single mic for the FX3 to do man on the street stick mic interviews. This was totally dead just now. I'm afraid this thing may be toast. My other one's done. I replaced the battery in it, and it depleted the new battery just sitting idle, and it won't recharge. So I don't know. I think those are just, they've overlived their lifespan. So I have this DJI kit, which I may use instead. I got to figure out how to place the DJI transmitter on the Rode stick. And that's it for now. So happy I don't have to shoot. So I'm going to go walk and find some lunch.
Look at a motorcycle that's driving around up here, and Sandy's going to be dropped down from the roof, and then DJ is going to be. I'm up here at the registration.
We did have situations where lawsuits were filed. People didn't all like that their data was used to train some of these models. In one such lawsuit, we had Getty Images to forget how mangled that soccer player was. We'll get to that in a little bit. But are you sitting out there feeling like, for creators, on the creative side of the equation, people are really worried about the marketplace, image generation, movie generation, scripts. And this is something that you can already do today. Bruce Willis has already licensed his digital rights.
All right, I'm packing up for today. Time-lapse rig number 1. Video sizzle reel to promote the show for next year on the gimbal. Time-lapse number 2. And then Nick has had he's been helping me, which has been great, but he's had the easy gig today. I think he's done 3 interviews all day. Set up here, nice little green screen setup. What do we got here? We're running Nick's FX9. That's my 50mm Sigma. And Nick's got the same battery plate as me, pretty much similar setup. Sockler 12 E&G sticks, hot pod, Aperture 600D. No, it's an X, 600X with a big soft box. I think he said he was running it. 28%. Quad charger down there. These are my newer RGB bicolors that stay with Nick in California. Green screen belongs to Chris Phoenix. Hey Chris, gaffer based in Orange County. This is one of our good friend, the late Jeff Granberry's lights. Miss you, Jeff, think about you every week. And the 600 belongs to Chris. But yeah, good little setup. And then he's running, I don't know what, no lav. He's got a lav, but we decided to just run a boom only. And all right, I'm gonna case my cameras and bring them up to my room for the night. I've got my charger set up in my room, but I'm going to leave sticks and my second Pelican Air in this room for the night. Oh, and we have a Flanders BM210 over here, which belongs to Nick.
Beautiful, okay. A couple warm-up questions for you. What drew you into technology?
It was pretty much the only thing I knew how to do when I was getting out of high school that I actually enjoyed doing.
And it didn't acknowledge or recognize fear at the same level as the other person. Is that concerning for you?
Well, no, so actually, that's all kind of true. I mean, so if anyone's seen Free Solo, there's a little film or a little scene in the film when I get a brain scan.
And we need to start using those artificial intelligence technologies, the new advanced technologies.
If you refer back to my vlog post from a few weeks prior, you can see I was traveling around the United States shooting feature packages, interviews, and B-roll on the gimbal. Those were for this award show in Las Vegas. It's an annual show. And the great news for me is I don't have to shoot any coverage during the show. I get to just be part of the audience and watch my work up on the big video walls.
I believe network owns all the data and services for the entire company. So be able to bring that forth to show observability and telemetry and finding trends before they become issues is another project that we're working on. IT and specifically the network technology organization is driving value by being able to deliver at speed. So our business
and return to San Antonio Airport, where there appears to be no traffic enforcement. Every time I come into this little airport, it's a row of vehicles idling. No one's picking anybody up. They're just gridlocking the whole system. I think one person off in the distance there is actually loading their stuff in a vehicle. All right, see you on the next one.